That's the end of the meeting today, and now I'm going to call some of our roster of heroes. And first up, one of the women I admire most in this world who's facing charges tonight, a former civil rights activist who spent a night in jail in 1960, and who's now back before the judge to talk about Seneca Lake, and a former elected official, Ruth Young.
Thank you for being here. My God, you're a brave bunch of people. What do we want? We want Crestwood, go home. What do we want? Crestwood, go home. What do we want? Crestwood, go home. What else do we want? We want a lake without increasing salinity. A lake that's healthy habitat for the whole food chain. A lake that's a happy place for our children and our children's children for 7 generations. A lake whose water is healthy to drink and use for making world-class wines and distilled spirits. What else do we want? A county and a township that answers to its people and works to keep the environment safe and healthy for all of them, with living wage jobs in the present and the future. We do not want a parasitic corporation from the Midwest sucking tax money and clean air and water from our living space. What else do we want? We want the Finger Lakes area and the southern tier of New York to be the center of the new non-carboniferous way of life. There is an empty business park on the Route 414 just south of Watkins Glen. It's been there since year 2000 with water, sewer, and electric all hooked up. It is empty and devoid of any business. It is right next to the railroad tracks and just down the hill from NASCAR racetrack. It could be the place where solar cells, wind turbines, and hydrogen fuel cells are produced by a consortium of our regional businesses. The so-called Crestwood Salt Plant gas storage facility could be turned into living space for people who wish to live near the lake. In other words, we do have options other than what is.
Yeah.
How do we get these things to happen? We'll go to the people in Reading and explain to them what we want for them, for us, for our region. We'll ask them to join with us to make it happen. One by one, we'll talk to them. We will sue the town of Reading for not living up to its own land use plan and for allowing a corporation to make plans that supersede their own land use law. A corporation whose own liability insurance is not adequate to compensate the town or the county for catastrophic failure of this gas station they planned here. A corporation that will run for the hills when the catastrophic hits and leaves the people to bury the dead and to clean up the mess. That's what they do where they are. We find people to run for office. That's what we'll do in Reading and Schuyler County, who have the good sense to know what climate change catastrophe is all about. We will ask Judge Berry this evening. History is knocking on your door as we are arraigned. Are you going to answer that knock with history making decisions, or are you going to buckle under to the small-minded powers who presently hold office in this county? Those who are too smart to engage in politics are punished by being governed by others who are dumber. The most common way people give up their power is by thinking that they don't have any. Those are 2 quotes that I really like. They're hanging on my office wall. Do we have the power?
Yes!
Do we have the power?
Yes!
Who are we?
Seneca!
Who are we?
Seneca!
Amen, brothers and sisters. Let's go for it.